Hey guys, I'm Colwen. I've got another Transformers video today. Today I've got Transformers 30th Thrilling 30 BlitzWing. In my other video where I reviewed the Legacy BlitzWing, I misspoke. I do not have Titans Return BlitzWing. I have 30th Anniversary BlitzWing, and that's his sword right there. And he is currently borrowing the gun from Legacy BlitzWing. I'm going to go ahead and steal that back off because I think at one point I gave my gun away. I don't know why, but I did. Let me go ahead and... his shoulders act up a little bit. You gotta be aware of that. And we'll get into that in a moment. Let me bring in my Film Noir Spider-Man. Let me bring over Scourge. We've got Hubcap. We've got Soda Can. We got the car robots. And let me go ahead and bring in all the robots of BlitzWing. So here I've got G1 BlitzWing. Come on. You know what? You do that. I have animated BlitzWing. Uh-oh, this is going to get crowded, isn't it? We have Generations 30th BlitzWing. Give me a hand here, Ryoki. Actually, here. We'll put him and him. There we go. And then we've got Legacy BlitzWing. And it really is interesting to see how they've actually gotten... okay, so G1 BlitzWing was short and G1-ish. But then animated one is kind of noticeably taller. But then the 30th one is a little bit shorter, but stockier and has more parts to them. And then we've got the Legacy one that seems to be the shortest one of them all. Yeah, straight up, I'm missing the Titans one. I need to get a hold of that one, don't I? So BlitzWing himself in robot mode's actually a pretty decent robot. He has issues. So like, first of all, he's like kind of long and lanky and weird, but like, when he came out, he was really, really good. We really appreciated him for who he was. He's got kind of a weird backpack with his barrel kind of just hanging out. And like, yeah, you can bring it up like that. But it's kind of awkward in that position. We've got the nice chest canopy going on. He's got the interesting head gimmick actually. So in the animated BlitzWing, he had 3 heads that will change around. In this one, he also has 3 heads. We've got the mean, rough and tumble, like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger action hero kind of face. And then we can switch it to like the cold, calculating cyborg face. And my personal favorite, the mad, crazy soldier face. And chuckling and giggling and being all loon. It's funny. I like that one. So, articulation in this mode. He's got a swivel head. He's got a swivel there in his shoulder. And then he's got another swivel right here. Now, his shoulders are weird. We're going to get into that in a minute. Swivel at the shoulder. Nice elbow joint, and he does have a wrist swivel, so you can get him in some decent sword slashing poses and stuff. It's good stuff. His sword here is oddly made out of a nice solid plastic, which you think they would have made it out of rubber because they did the head all over out of rubber and they did the nose cone out of rubber also. We're going to go ahead and stick that over there for right now. And, oh, yeah. No waist articulation, unfortunately. Absolutely due to transformation. Universal jointed hips. He's got a swivel there and then a hinge kind of higher up in the hip. So it's kind of an oddly positioned hinge. Thigh swivel and then very long lower legs with a decent knee bend. And bowl jointed ankles with kind of closing, opening feet. And he can use this fin here to help do some posing and stuff, which can come in quite handy. let's go ahead and start to transform him. Why not? Yeah. So, I need to talk about the shoulders real quick. So, the shoulders were badly designed, actually. If we open the shoulder up, you can see here that I added in a bit of plastic. I took some clear plastic off of a cough syrup cup, and I cut it to shape, and then I glued it in place. Why did I do that? Because as this whole thing folds in, okay, let me open up this side here. So, this stuff folds around. There's all these weird panels in the shoulder. And to open this up, you got to bring it down like this. You see this whole thing here? And then this panel rests against there. And then this little notch hooks onto this little tab up in here. Okay? And it's supposed to lock in place and be fairly sturdy. Unfortunately, mine isn't quite fixed. And it's supposed to be, okay, it's doing exactly what it's not supposed to do. It's supposed to hook on there, but like people would have issues with this thing, this shoulder assembly coming loose a lot in weird ways. So there's a bunch of ways to fix it. One way was using a hairdryer to loosen up the plastic, and then you kind of hold it in place. And then the other way was to glue in that bit of plastic back there to help kind of push things together. I think mine turned out fairly well, but that is something that absolutely needs to be aware of and known of when you get this figure. You're going to need to fix him, otherwise he will never transform properly. And that was really the biggest deterrent to this figure, is these weird wonky shoulders. Let's go ahead and transform him. Let's take his hands here, and he's got these panels that fold out of his wrists, and those we're going to cover up. Those are going to cover up the hands, okay? Take the arms and straighten them out. Take the head here, bring the nose cone from the robot mode up and just push the head in, okay? We're going to go to tank mode. We're going to go to tank mode first. So in order to do this, we need to do the turret. So, come up here and pull this shoulder assembly out. It hinges upwards. That panel meets that panel. It comes out straight, and then this panel closes over. There's like 3 panels in there. You see that? Turn the arm upwards like this. Up and over, and then straighten the arm out. And this tab here is going to go into this slot over here. Okay? And then close that fin down. So now I'm going to start the transformation a little bit differently on the arm. So we're going to lock it back in place. Let's sit them down here, okay? So. Come on, you. The arm is in place here. You've closed over that panel. Lift the arm up into the sky to where he's holding his arm up like that. Then disconnect the shoulder assembly so you can flip that all together like that. And then close that over. We gotta spin the arm around. Okay, we're going for tank mode, not jet mode here. This tab goes into that slot. Yes, this little slot here is used for 2 different tabs. So we got to use that tab right there. And then we're going to take the whole tank barrel, as I keep untransforming and screwing this all up, and lay the tank barrel between these 2 pieces here. And if you are so inclined, we can put together a cute little... Can we get like a Gur tank going on? Okay, that needs to go in there. Turn that all around there. Turn this around. There we go. We have him in his legged Gur tank mode. Let's bring in Film Noir Spider-Man to see how this looks. And let's bring in Scourge to see how that looks. That's some funny stuff right there. I'm gonna have to remember Gur tank mode for my Thrilling 30 BlitzWing. turn the turret back around, come up here to the legs, and they're going to pull outwards. Did you see that? So the legs were pushed in like this. Pull them outwards, and come in here and get these little panels up and out. You need to take these legs, turn the tank treads around to where they're facing downwards, pull the tank treads out, bring that all out, and then close that together and close down the foot. Did you see all that? So straighten this out, turn this around, close the foot, bring out the tank tread, and this bit on the inside is going to bring out, and this tab needs to go into this slot right here. Push the wing all down. Okay, now that we got the legs transformed, we got those panels up, this little tab on either side needs to go into this little notch here, and then this little tab here is going to sneak underneath here. Okay, so tab in there, sneak in there, and then that tab, this tab goes into the tread. So you've got 3 different tabs you got to line up on here and get locked into position. And there we go, we have them. And it's tank mode. Let me get this up over here. And yeah, do I have everything? Oh, gotta make sure that these are pulled down. You little bastard. There we go. Let me bring in my G1 BlitzWing, and he doesn't want to stay together, unfortunately. I got my animated BlitzWing. Thrilling 30 BlitzWing. And the Legacy BlitzWing. And again, it's interesting to see how they went from trying to be realistic with the G1. Yeah, I'm missing my turret, unfortunately. And then to just going balls to the wall crazy however they want to with this thing, looking like it's something out of Metal Slug. In fact, I think I did the feet wrong in this cut. And then we got the somewhat realistic looking one. And then, now let's just go ahead and go back to G1, but, you know, update the G1 concept. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. So here we have him in his tank mode. Let me bring in my Film Noir Spider-Man, my Scourge, my hubcap. And then there we have Soda Can. Oh, come on. And we got the car robots. So BlitzWing in his tank mode is actually pretty cool looking, although I have no idea what he's really trying to be. Really, the best description I can find is sci-fi generic tank, and really, yeah, that's what he is. I don't know of any real tank that would have a perfectly rounded off turret like this, and like the, yeah, it's a weird hodgepodge, but it's a fun looking hodgepodge of a tank. Something's wrong, it's not wanting to set right. Oh well. He does have a rotating turret, and if you're not careful, you can bump into things a little bit. There we go. Rotating turret. Unfortunately, I tried to find the missile, I put the wrong missile in there, and now that missile's stuck. I don't know how to get that out. I like it. It's a fun little tank mode. Let's go ahead and keep going into his jet mode. So, we're going to pull the legs back away, and you're going to push those panels shut in there. come over here to the legs, pull the tank treads away, and then fold the treads up and away like that, and push the treads inwards. Then turn the leg at that upper thigh swivel. So back over here, and take the tread, pull it away, fold the front part in, and then shove it all up inside and bring the wing out. Turn it like that. And then you're going to kind of reattach them the way they were beforehand. This little tab is going to go into that slot, and I don't think there is a slot for the underside wing. So yeah, this is going to, well, it locks, the whole hips slide back into place, and then it locks into place right inside there. Bring out the wings. I'm missing one of my little fins over here, so we're not going to worry about that. Straighten out the feet back here like that. And if you're so inclined, you can have a flying tank. I like that right there. That is fun. But we're going to come up here to the tank barrel. We're going to pull the arms away, take the barrel, straighten it out, and turn the arms just like just a quarter turn, and then lay them back where they were, this tab going into that slot. And there's tabs back here on the back of the legs. They're going to go into the underside of the arm assembly there. We're almost done here. We're going to come up here, and we're going to bring the whole nose cone up and lock that in place. And yeah, we got to pull the sword out. Oh no, we don't have to. We can tuck it underneath there and keep the sword pegged in place. But they actually, in the instructions, tell you to take the sword and stick it up here between the engines, and that really does help to cover up that big old gaping hole right there. Close that back up, and here we have him in his weird sci-fi techno jet mode. Let me extend down. Come on. There we go. Get the nose cone down, get the landing gear down, and oh, you can actually, can't you open the cockpit? I thought you could open the, oh, there we go. Cockpit can be opened up. There's really nothing space in there, but it's a cool thing you can do. Film Noir Spider-Man. We got Scourge. We got Hubcap. Soda can. The car robots. And let's bring everybody else in also. I got my G1 BlitzWing in jet mode. We got the animated BlitzWing in jet mode. The Thrilling 30 in jet mode. And the Legacy in jet mode. And again, you can see how, you know, the G1 one was just barely keeping the concept of tank jet, and like it's all bulky and ugly, but then they kind of streamlined it out pretty well in the animated one, even though he's got giant tank treads underneath. And this one, they just went full sci-fi techno with a big old jet backpack on the back. And then here with the Legacy one, they really did try and reach back and get him compared to the old G1 version. So BlitzWing in his jet mode is also really weird with the Thrilling 31, because like They couldn't figure out what to do with him. He borrows elements and smashes things together, and like he's all weird and goofy, and like I have a soft spot for him. I like it. The transformation is fun. The tank mode suffers, the jet mode suffers, the robot mode suffers. All three modes suffer with this guy. He's got problems, like the head gimmick doesn't want to work sometimes. The shoulders need to be modified. Apparently, it's not uncommon for the missile launcher to have issues either. Should you get your own Thrilling 30 BlitzWing? They're actually pretty damn affordable. They go use loose complete the missile, the sword, the gun for like $13. You can still pick one up off eBay, mint in the box for about $20 plus shipping. He has not held up too well. He's got a lot of issues. He's not very popular because of the issues. I like him. Should you go get one? Really? Probably not. You'd be better off getting the Transformers Legacy one. Spend the money to get the big one. Or, I don't know how much the Titan Return one's going for, but that one's got to be better than this one. I'm Colwen. This has been Transformers Thrilling 30 BlitzWing. I like him, but he's not worth the effort. Get him for less than $20 if you can, or just outright pass him up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.